Diana Frances Spencer was born on July 1st, 1961, in a beautiful house called Park House, located in England. She came from an important family. Her father was Earl Spencer, a man with great influence. Her mother, Frances Shand Kidd, was also well known. Diana had two sisters and one brother. They were a close family, but their life was not always easy. When Diana was only 6 years old, her parents went through a difficult time. They argued a lot, and finally they decided to separate. This made Diana very sad. It was hard for her to understand why her parents couldn't stay together. However, Diana had a strong spirit. She was determined not to let her sadness stop her. She spent a lot of time with her siblings, and they became very close. Even though their family was not the same as before, they supported each other and learned to be there for one another. Diana went to different schools during her childhood. At first, she attended a school near her home. She was a kind girl, and even though she was not the best student, she made many friends. She wasn't very interested in studying, but she had a good heart. Diana was known for being friendly and caring, and people enjoyed spending time with her. She always made sure that her friends felt welcome and valued. As Diana got older, she moved to boarding schools. A boarding school is a place where students live and learn. It can be very different from a regular school because students are away from their families. At these schools, Diana tried her best, but her love for studying didn't grow. She was not very interested in schoolwork, but her kindness shone through. People loved her for her warm nature and her willingness to help. When she was a teenager, Diana started volunteering. She worked at a nursery, where she took care of babies. She also spent time helping people with disabilities. Diana had a special gift for making people feel loved and important. She knew how to make them smile and feel special, even when they were going through difficult times. Diana's family had a long history with the British royal family. They knew each other well, and their connection was strong. When Diana was 16 years old, she met Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales. Charles was not just an ordinary man. He was the future King of England. Diana and Charles became friends. They spent more and more time together, and over time, their friendship turned into something deeper. At the age of 19, Diana's life took a big turn when Prince Charles asked her to marry him. She said yes, and the whole country was filled with excitement. Diana was going to marry the Prince of Wales, and people everywhere looked forward to their wedding. This moment was like a fairy tale for many people. Diana, a young girl from an important family, was about to marry the man who would one day be the King of England. She was no longer just a regular girl. She would soon become a princess. Diana's life was about to change forever, and the world was eager to watch as her story unfolded. Even though Diana was excited about her upcoming marriage, she was also nervous. She was about to step into a world that was very different from the one she had known. The rules were strict, and there were many things she had to learn. She would have to learn how to dress, speak, and behave like a princess. It would be a challenge, but Diana was determined to do her best. She knew she would have to work hard, but she also knew she had a strong heart and would face whatever came her way with grace and determination. Diana's early life was full of challenges, but she never gave up. She faced her problems with courage and always tried to stay positive. Her early years helped shape her into the person she would become, a kind, strong woman who would go on to touch the lives of millions of people around the world. But Diana's journey was only just beginning, and the world would soon see the amazing things she would do as she stepped into her role as the Princess of Wales. When Diana married Prince Charles in 1981, her life changed completely. She became the Princess of Wales, and with that title, her world became much more public. The wedding was like a fairy tale. People all over the world watched her walk down the aisle in a beautiful wedding dress. Diana was now a princess, but this new life came with challenges. Being a princess was not easy. Diana had to follow many rules and learn how to behave in front of people. She had to dress in a certain way and speak to important people. There was always attention from the media, and the world was watching her every move. Diana quickly realized that being in the royal family was not just about wearing beautiful dresses and attending parties. It was also about hard work and responsibility. Although Diana had to follow many rules, she was determined to make a difference. One of the things that made her special was her kindness. Diana had a big heart, and she wanted to use her position to help others. She started working with many charities and organizations. One of her first major focuses was children. Diana loved children and always found ways to make them feel important. She visited hospitals, orphanages, and schools. She would spend time with sick children, listen to their stories, and comfort them. Diana's ability to connect with children was amazing. She was known for making them feel loved and cared for, no matter their situation. But Diana did not only focus on children. She also became involved in causes that were important to her, such as raising awareness for AIDS and fighting against landmines. In the 1980s and 1990s, many people were afraid of AIDS. They didn't know much about the disease and thought they could catch it just by touching someone with it. Diana wanted to change this. In 1987, she visited a hospital for AIDS patients in London. Without wearing gloves, she shook hands with a patient. This simple act showed the world that people with AIDS deserved love and care, not fear and rejection. Diana's visit helped educate many people about the disease and helped reduce the stigma around it. Another cause Diana cared deeply about was the removal of landmines. Landmines are small bombs that are buried in the ground, often in places where there have been wars. They can be dangerous, especially for children who might step on them without knowing. Diana traveled to Angola in 1997, where there were many landmines left after a long war. She walked through a minefield to show the world how dangerous they were. Diana's visit brought attention to the issue and helped raise awareness about the need to clear these deadly mines from the land. Through her work with charities and her love for helping others, Diana became known as the People's Princess. She was loved by many for her kindness, and she inspired others to be kind and to care for those in need. She didn't just use her title as a princess for personal gain. She used it to make a difference in the world. Her work was not about being famous, but about making people feel important and valued. She wanted to make the world a better place, and she worked hard to do that every day. Even though her life as a princess came with challenges, Diana never gave up on her mission to help others. She showed the world that being a princess wasn't just about living in a palace and wearing crowns. It was about using your position to do good things for the people who need help the most. Diana's charitable work became an important part of who she was. It made her a role model for millions of people around the world, and her legacy continues to inspire many today. Throughout her life, Diana was not just a princess. She was someone who truly cared about others. She showed that kindness, empathy, and love could make a real difference in the world. Her work continues to inspire others to this day, and her legacy will live on for many years to come. Diana's life, although short, left a lasting impact on the world. She is remembered not only as a princess, but as a symbol of kindness, compassion, and the power of helping others. After her death in 1997, her legacy continued to grow, and her influence can still be felt today. One of the most important parts of Diana's legacy is her charitable work. She dedicated much of her life to helping people who were suffering. She worked with many different organizations, focusing on issues such as children's health, homelessness, AIDS, and landmines. Her efforts raised awareness and brought attention to these causes, helping many people who might otherwise have been forgotten. Diana's work with AIDS was one of the most significant parts of her legacy. At the time, many people were afraid of the disease because they didn't understand it. There were rumors that AIDS could spread easily through touch, and people with the disease were often treated with fear and discrimination. Diana changed that. In 1987, she made history when she visited an AIDS hospital in London. She shook hands with patients without wearing gloves, which was an act of great courage. Her simple action sent a powerful message to the world that people with AIDS deserved compassion, not fear. Diana helped educate people about the disease and showed them that those with AIDS were just like anyone else. She helped reduce the stigma surrounding the disease and encouraged others to be kind and caring. Another part of Diana's legacy is her work with landmines. Landmines are hidden bombs left in the ground after wars. They are dangerous, especially for children who might step on them without realizing the danger. Diana went to Angola in 1997, where landmines had been left after a long civil war. She walked through a minefield to raise awareness about the dangers of landmines. Her actions helped bring attention to the issue, and she played an important role in the global effort to remove landmines from places where people lived and played. Her visit to Angola helped inspire the creation of the Ottawa Treaty, which called for the removal of landmines around the world. But Diana's legacy is not just about the causes she supported. It's also about the way she made people feel. She had an extraordinary ability to connect with others, whether she was visiting sick children in hospitals, meeting people living in poverty, or shaking hands with AIDS patients. Diana always made people feel special and important. She never saw herself as better than others. Instead, she saw everyone as equals, deserving of respect and care. This made her beloved by millions around the world. Diana's sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, continue to carry on her legacy today. They have both worked on causes that were important to their mother, such as mental health, homelessness, and supporting wounded veterans. They have spoken about how much their mother's love and care shaped them, and they strive to honor her memory in their own work. Prince William and Prince Harry have also continued to speak out about the importance of kindness, compassion, and mental health. Through their charity work and their public service, they keep Diana's spirit alive. The Diana, Princess of Wales Memorial Fund was also established to keep her memory alive. The fund helped support many of the causes that Diana cared about. Even after the fund was closed, its work continued through the organizations it helped support. Diana's memory is also honored in places like the Diana Memorial Playground in London, where children can play and enjoy the space that was created in her memory. There are also statues and tributes to her around the world that help people remember the incredible impact she had on so many lives. Diana's legacy is not only about the work she did, but also about the way she lived her life. She showed the world the importance of caring for others, especially those who are suffering. She taught us that kindness can change the world. Even though she is no longer with us, her memory continues to inspire people to make a difference and help those in need. Diana's life was a reminder that we all have the power to make the world a better place, one small act of kindness at a time. In the years since Diana's death, her influence has only grown stronger. People continue to admire her for the work she did and for the way she treated others. She will always be remembered as the people's princess, someone who used her position to make the world a better, kinder place. Diana's legacy continues to inspire and will live on for generations to come. Diana's story is one of incredible strength, compassion, and a deep desire to make the world a better place. From her early years, marked by family struggles, to her transformation into the beloved Princess of Wales, Diana faced many challenges with grace and determination. Although she was thrust into the spotlight when she married Prince Charles, her true strength came from her ability to connect with people and use her position to bring attention to important causes. Diana's charitable work touched many lives. She dedicated herself to supporting children, people living with AIDS, and those affected by landmines. Through her visits to hospitals, orphanages, and war zones, she made people feel seen and valued, regardless of their background or struggles. Her work didn't just end with helping individuals. It also led to significant social changes. Diana's visit to an AIDS hospital in London in 1987 helped challenge the stigma surrounding the disease, showing the world that people with AIDS deserved compassion. Her walk through a minefield in Angola brought attention to the dangers of landmines, inspiring global efforts to remove them. Diana's ability to use her public role to support these causes turned her into a global icon, known as the People's Princess. Sadly, Diana's life was cut short in a tragic accident, but her legacy continues through her sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, who have carried on her work with charity and public service. The causes Diana cared about, such as mental health, AIDS awareness, and landmine removal, continue to be supported by her family. Diana's influence is also felt through the Diana Memorial Fund, charities, and memorials that continue to honor her life and work. The story of Princess Diana teaches us the power of kindness and empathy. It shows us that no matter what challenges we face, we can make a difference in the world by caring for others. Diana's life reminds us that using our position, no matter how big or small, to help those in need can change the world. We can apply this lesson in our own lives by being kind, helping others, and standing up for causes that matter. Even small acts of kindness can have a big impact on someone's life. Congratulations on improving your English listening and comprehension by following Diana's story. You've taken an important step in your language learning journey. Keep practicing, keep listening, and continue learning. Quiz question. What was one of the main causes Diana worked for? A. Environmental conservation. B. AIDS awareness. Please comment your answer, A or B, below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to support us in creating more helpful content. If you enjoy this series, consider donating to help us improve the quality of our work. We are doing this for free to help you learn English, but your support will enable us to keep making better and more engaging content for you. Thank you.